to the shadows.
Get to the portal!
Yes, if you can.
Yo, what's up guys, it's IHSGames here, and welcome back to another video. Whew, I've been sleeping on this What If Monsters Immortal series for way too long. After how successful the first one's been, we finna capitalize on that. Wait, you mean I have to capitalize it on this video? Oh shit. Today, we're theorizing, what if Little Nightmares was an added DLC for the Dark Deception multiplayer, Dark Deception Monsters Immortals. Without further ado, let's get it. We're making these What If Monsters Immortals videos. There are several rules you have to follow that will make your What If Monsters Immortals video more plausible. Rule number 1. Ultimate abilities have to be unique and related to a character's powers, skills, or nature of who they are in the original game. Number 2. Mortals' ultimate abilities are allowed to do direct damage to their opponents. If you look at the mortals, all their ultimates does not involve directly damaging others. For example, Glowstick Vince. His ultimate ability, you'll see, does not harm anyone unless they harm him, which in this case gives the damage they did to him right back. So all mortals' ultimate abilities must follow under this rule. Little Nightmares is a popular horror game with a very unique Tim Burton-like style where you usually play as children trapped in a nightmarish-looking world filled with freaky long-dorm janitors, bloodthirsty hunters, evil chefs, and much alike while trying to survive themselves. It's a pretty brief explanation that doesn't do the whole series justice, but there are a ton of Little Nightmares Explained videos out there, so if you want full-on balls deep context of the series, go check those out. I recommend peeps like Super Hard Bro, It's Just Jord, and Smack It Pie, as their videos on the topic are immaculate. Is that a word? Anyways, if you're okay with the small synopsis I just said, or you already understand the story, then let's proceed to talk about the possibilities of this might be added future DLC. Now for this DLC, oh boy is it going to be difficult to choose monsters because there are so many iconic ones, but due to how DLCs of this game are formatted, we're unfortunately going to have to go with 3 of them that will be added to your collection. And yes, we're talking about adding monsters from both games and Immortals as well. The monsters I chose are the lady from Little Nightmares 1, the teacher, and the thin man, both from Little Nightmares 2. The lady is a tall, slim, mysterious geisha-like character we meet at the end of Little Nightmares 1, her being the final boss. The class I chose it to be in is Balance. Possible skins can be a unmasked lady skin. The ultimate I gave to the lady is gnome transformation, and it's just like how you read it. She transforms you into an actual gnome. One person at a time though. You might think this ultimate isn't all that good, but let me explain to you how it works. Her turning you into a gnome, either monster or mortal, will shrink you down to extremely tiny size. And because you're extremely tiny, you can't collect any shards. So for games like Shard Mayhem and Maze Escape, this ultimate is dangerous. What's even worse is that when you're in gnome form, your health is reduced by 75%. This ultimate might not kill you, but one hit from any opponent and you're more dead than that gnome 6 stacked on. But to balance out this ultimate, as a gnome, you'll be faster than your normal speed, just like the ones in the game. So though as a gnome you are useless and vulnerable, you can still at least escape alive. And also, you being a gnome only lasts 25 seconds, and after beating said time, you'll turn back into the character you was playing as with full health restored, as punishment for the lady not being able to kill you when she turned you into a gnome, and a reward for you living the reject character become gnome trial. The next monster is the teacher, a very sneaky educator who can snuff out troublemakers faster than my dog can eat food accidentally dropped on the ground. Yikes. She carries a ruler which can be used for a heavy attack. Her class is speed, and I have no possible skins for her at the moment. Her ultimate is Troublemaker's Punishment. She's able to stretch her neck towards the nearest opponent and bite them, one-shotting them instantly. Yikes part 2. Any class speed cannot get away from her ultimate. To balance this OP ultimate out, her stretching only lasts 10 seconds, and you can evade her ultimate with a speed boost. Also, when she uses her ultimate, she stays in one place during activation and is vulnerable while doing so, which means she could be attacked while using her ultimate and she can't do nothing about it except die. That sounds cryptic. And now, last but not least, the Thin Man will be the last monster I recommend adding to this DLC. He's a tall, lanky, shadowy man whose very existence is out of this world. Literally, not only story-wise, but the man glitches like a TV. His class is power and he's pretty slow in the game, so it would make sense for him to be of that class, but that's not a disadvantage, as his ultimate will help balance him out. No possible skins at the moment. His ultimate is broadcast buffer. The Thin Man produces a large, staticky blue radius around him. Anyone within that radius, just like in the game, is slowed down significantly, meaning he could pick you off without even chasing you down. And as a power class, his hits hurt, so combine those together and you got a recipe for disaster. To balance out his ultimate, it only lasts 25 seconds. I was going to choose 2 mortals, but honestly, 3 of them wouldn't be too bad. The mortals I chose is Six, Mono, and Runaway Kid. Six is the most iconic character of Little Nightmares. She's basically the face of the series. Her iconic yellow raincoat is just enough for you to recognize her instantly. Her class is speed, and possible skins can include any of the masks seen in Little Nightmares 1, though I prefer they choose the Fox mask as the main one. Her ultimate is Shadow 6. Just like at the end of the game, Six becomes one for Shadow herself and steals the life energy from anyone around her, but not directly. Because of the what if monsters and mortals rules as stated earlier, she cannot do direct damage, so rather than stealing help from any of her opponents who are near her, anyone who attacks Six in her Shadow 6 form is damaged, and the amount of health lost is transferred to her, healing her in the process. This ultimate only lasts 25 seconds. The next mortal I chose is Mono, a kid who wears a trench coat and a lunch bag with eye holes over his head. His class is balanced, and possible skins can include any of his hats seen in Little Nightmares 2, though I prefer they add his wood hat, mask, whatever. If we're going to talk about attacks, I hope Mono's heavy attack is him hitting you with an axe or a pipe, just like in the game. No possible skins at the moment. His ultimate is Broadcast Push. In Little Nightmares 2, when Mono fights the Thin Man, he pushes him back with his newly found psychic-like powers. I can see him doing the same thing, hitting any opponent nearby with a force that won't damage them, but will knock them back, while at the same time stunning them in the process. The last mortal I chose is the Runaway Kid for Little Nightmares 1 Resident DLC. I was very hesitant to choose him, but his ultimate caused me to do the opposite. You'll see why in a sec. He's a pretty basic looking kid, wearing normal clothes, but he does have a shackle on his ankle. His class is support because of his ultimate. No possible skins for him at the moment. His ultimate is Warm Hug. When activated, he emits a green glow, and just like in the game, the Runaway Kid gives you a warm, soft, tender hug. Aww. Anyways, unlike Beers, who only heals you by a certain percentage, the Runaway Kid can hug and heal you for as long as he can, which means he can heal you back to full health if he wanted to. To balance his ultimate out, both him and the character he's hugging will have to stay in one place, and his ultimate only lasts 30 seconds. His ultimate, though not the coolest, is way too cute of a concept to miss, so adding the Runaway Kid to this DLC and giving him this ultimate is just perfect. The area I chose this DLC to take place in, though there are a lot of iconic locations in the Little Nightmares universe, I'm going to have to choose the Pale City. The location is iconic and hauntingly beautiful. It's also pretty big, so it's a perfect place for monsters and mortals. Possible traps can be electric puddles. Since it rains a lot in the Pale City, there are a lot of puddles. There are also a lot of TVs in the city as well, meaning there's a lot of wires that might contain electricity, which is perfect for this level. When someone activates trap time, a select amount of TVs will turn on, and wires of the TVs will be in the puddles, electrifying them in the process. Stepping in them will result in damage. I also chose the Pale City to be the ideal location because of the bosses I chose for this level, the viewers. Though they are slow, the viewers' attack is what you should be more focused on, as just like in the game, they can suck the life energy out of you from a distance, so staying within a certain proximity around them will result in declining damage. When not activated, they'd be idle near working TVs watching them just like in the game. Hey Bandai, hey Glow Stick, I just laid the groundwork for this DLC. It's up to y'all to make it a reality more than if they met himself. No offense, big guy, okay? Please. Chill. Thank you guys for watching my video. I know it's been a while since I hopped back into the series, but hey, we back. And if you want to recommend any games or any movies or anything that you would want to see in Monsters and Mortals as a possible DLC or a possible DLC concept video, whatever I call this, make sure to comment that down below. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, if you like my content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell so you won't miss an upload. And if you want to see more of me, go check out my Instagram and Twitter. This is IHSGames, and I am out.